But anyway, man, hey, everybody, man, this is Anthony Grigsby with World Events Insurance and worldeventsga.com, representing San Joaquin Black Biz. And as I said, man, we got a great show today. And I got my brother here, Kevin Byrd, representing Fantastic Services. He's going to come on and talk about one of his products. He's a brother that does multiple things, but he's going to be talking about Notary, Stockton Mobile Notary, and the importance of notarizing documents for your business and your personal life. So Kevin, man, how you doing today?
Anthony, it's great to see you, man. I'm honored to be on your show, man. It's a pleasure. I always get a thrill out of talking with you, man. You're full of knowledge. So
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, man. So Kevin, real quick, man, give us a little bit of background, man. How long you been in Stockton? You local, you native? Let the people know about you and how you got started in the notary business.
Actually, man, I am originally from Los Angeles area, the land of the champions. But right. I spent about 15 years in San Jose before moving here. I've actually been here 21 years. Okay, so I'm not an original Stocktonian, but I feel like it sometimes.
Right,
okay?
right.
But actually, I got introduced to the notary business from a client that I had back in 2004, actually, when I started this. So 2003, I had a web design company, and a person came to me to get a website for her notary business. At the time, I was not even aware of what a notary public was. I never used one. Didn't know basically what they did. So after she explained it to me and told me how much money she was making, I decided to do some research on it.
Right.
And a few months later, I had my commission, so we started in 2004. And originally we started doing loan document signing. Okay, was our major thing that we did. And it really took off. There was not a lot of notaries in Stockton at the time doing that. It was right at the beginning of the housing boom. So everybody was buying or refinancing. So loan signing agents, a lot of people were getting in the business, but there was not a lot of training for loan signings. You do have to take a 8-hour, back then it was 8-hour course, and pass the test to get your notary commission.
Okay.
And pay the state. That's pretty much it. Okay.
So it's just let everybody know, not everybody could just be a notary. You have to get certified by the state, pass a test to be licensed to be a notary public, right?
And no felonies.
And no felonies. That's what's up. Okay. So real quick, man. So getting into what a notary is, because like I said, man, a lot of people, unless you've purchased a home or you've done some things where you've had to get some documents, notarized, most people don't really deal with them. So tell us the benefits of first, from the personal perspective, do you do any loan signings for people with their personal documents? And then tell us what some business benefits are on loan, on notarizing documents. So what are some personal examples of benefits of?
Well, if you had your house refinanced or you purchased the house, you didn't go into the title company, you had more than likely you had a mobile notary come out to you. Okay, bring the stack of documents, they go through the documents, get your signatures, get you notarized. And basically what a notary public does is verify the signature of the person signing the document. There's certain credentials that you have to have in order to be notarized. State or government issued ID, driver's license, ID card, passport, some local city jobs. If you have your ID badge, that's sufficient. And if you don't have any of the required identification, then you can get something notarized if you have what's 2 credible witnesses. And that's 2 people that know you that do have a current photo ID And what they do is take an oath that they know you, and they sign the notary's journal. Okay. So and if you're an inmate, we can use your inmate identification, because I was I went to the jail for quite a few years up until COVID. Okay. I was the notary for San Joaquin County. I've done notaries at both the prisons out here, the youth prison on Newcastle and the state mental, it was not mental, but it's the state prison that they have out there off Arch Road.
Right. Okay.
And so basically you need to have the ID to get something notarized. You have to be present to sign in front of the notary to get something notarized. And now they do have what they call RON, which is remote online notification, notarization. And California doesn't have it yet, but a lot of other states do have it, where you can basically log on a Zoom call pretty much and get something notarized. But California's not there yet. And when COVID hit, maybe 4 or 5 states, really got into it, because it is an essential part of doing business now. And a lot of businesses, they have documents that require notarization. Construction companies, when they're doing lien releases, businesses have different types. I have quite a few clients here. Trucking businesses do a lot of paperwork, but on a personal level, I think the most important, they have living trust. Besides getting your home documents notarized, then you have personal documents like a living trust, power of attorneys. To get a birth certificate, you have to have a document notarized, and that's
actually true. I was actually, I don't want to get that new ID, the real ID. So I'm going to get my passport.
Yeah.
And so so you have to get some stuff notarized to get your passport turned in. So there's actually a lot of things in our personal lives that utilizes a notary that we really don't think about until it comes up. But you guys are around doing a lot of work. Now, as a business owner, as a small business owner, I know there are some things that I've had to do to get notarized just to make documents official and legal. I remember when I bought my first tanning salon back in the day, the escrow, I had to get the escrow papers notarized to buy that business. That was back in 07, 08. So tell me some examples, give us some examples of some small business benefits of utilizing a notary.
I would say, and it's probably as a small business owner, you don't think of this, unless you're kind of thinking out of the box. But one of the things we should plan for is disasters. Okay. We don't, because we feel it's not going to happen to us, or, we don't want it to happen to us. No, we never thought we'd be in this situation that we're in right now with the COVID. But as a small business, I think you should have a disaster plan. And what I mean by that is, if something happened to you and you are the main factor in your business, who's going to, let's just say you had a car accident, okay? Not getting sick or anything, but car accidents happen all the time. And you got in a car accident, he's in the hospital. Who's gonna sign the checks for your employees if you were the person signing those checks? Who's gonna run your business and sign the documents that you normally signed during your business activities? If you don't have a power of attorney in place designating someone to do that, then it's either not going to get done, or somebody's going to be committing forgery by signing your name to it. Okay. Basically, a power of attorney, and this is, I recommend this for businesses as well as personal, because I've been to the hospital I can't count the times that I've been to the hospital or even to residence where the person was too sick, too weak, too medicated, are in a coma, and they couldn't sign that document, and they needed to, in order for a family member to handle the business for them, handle the Medicare, Social Security, the banking, pay their bills, whatever. If you can't communicate with me that you understand that you're giving someone authority to handle your business, I can't notarize that document.
That's a very, you brought up a very important point, not just within the notary business, but also you just tied insurance into to what you just mentioned with key man insurance. When a person goes out, becomes incapacitated, that insurance, helps that business take care of the things they need to take care of until that person or that power of attorney person can step in and take over where that person left off. Or even it can even pay that person, that power of attorney, pay that person to do the job until that key person comes back. So that was actually a very good tie-in.
Right, and most people, most small businesses, us, we don't have that in play, man. In most cases, if something happens to that business owner and it's medium to long term, that business is probably going to fail.
That's, Kev, you brought up another huge point. That's the difference between a self-employed person and a business owner. That self-employed person is working his business, and when he stops working, that business stops working. That's but right. A business owner, if he goes down, that business can still stay afloat and still operate without him.
Hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully. In most cases, and in most cases, even if you have employees, a staff or whatever, you are usually, or that business owner is usually the one that's signing those checks. Now, it may be another person in there, or that they're counting, it just depends on how big they are, but usually that business owner is the one that is handling that, and it's something that they probably never thought about. You don't want to think about, what happens to me.
Right.
And self-employed people, they usually are just dealing with the day-to-day operations, and they're not planning ahead. They're not thinking of what's going to happen if something happens to me. And if something happens to them, then they stop making money, or that business stops making money.
Absolutely.
Hey, those documents are really key, and that's for the business. But if you look at on a personal level, okay, you should have anybody that's married. Okay, and I tell them this. Let me throw this disclaimer out there that I'm not an attorney. I'm not giving any legal advice, because we're not allowed to as a notary. But in my opinion, okay, every married couple, and it doesn't matter how long you've been married, okay, should have a power of attorney on each other. Okay.
Because, I agree with that. 100%.
Right. Yeah. If your spouse is not on your bank account, if her name is not on your bank account, she can't write checks out of your account. That might be the way you want it, but you might need it. Okay. If something happened to you, okay, she can't really handle decisions or make decisions if her name is not on it. You can't even call in and talk to a credit card company and talk to them about your spouse's account if you're not on there.
Yeah.
Okay. So unless you get unless you have a living trust done that includes a power of attorney on each other, most people don't have one. Most people don't have one, and they don't think about it until they need it. In most cases, it's too late.
It's too late. Absolutely.
And so then the court has to take over. Okay, because if I can't come in there and notarize you, and your spouse or your siblings or whatever, they're trying to be able to handle your business, they have to go to court and be appointed a conservator to handle your business. If you can't appoint them to be your attorney in fact, or that's what it's called, an attorney in fact. with the power of attorney document. And you can limit that. I mean, you can have all of your business, or you can specify what you want them to be able to handle. You know, they have limited, general, durable. There's all different types, and you can Google it and compare them and see what you need. You know, but it's notary fees are $15. Okay, if I come to you or you come to me, it's $15. If I go to you, there's an additional travel fee.
Right.
So it's not expensive. Okay, if you
like, it's not expensive, so hey, just get it done. Let's get it done.
Yeah, get it
hey,
done.
So you actually touched on the last thing we were going to talk about, is just some of the potential problems of not getting things notarized, and you touched base on those. Is you know, if a disaster happens, a sickness happens, your spouse can't access the finances, can't take care of the household, businesses can't function. Potentially. So yeah, so there's a lot of benefits and a lot of drawbacks for not utilizing a service like yourselves. Hey, is there anything you want to close out with to make sure these people understand and know what you have to offer?
Well, I can't stress enough about the point of having a power of attorney. And now for your parents, okay, most of us have aging parents that we're taking care of in some way. I'm blessed to have my father's 98. He lives right next door to me. You know, I can walk out my backyard, walk into his, but I have a power of attorney for him, but he still can handle all his business, you know, and he pretty much does that. But if you have aging parents that you're taking care of, I can't stress how important it is to have not only a power of attorney, but a medical directive. Okay, an advanced medical directive, which basically gives a person put on paper their medical wishes, if they want to be resuscitated, if they want to donate organs, you know, and things like that, because it makes it much easier on the family if we already have it in black and white, and you got, you know, a sibling or a parent laid up, you know, on life support. Who wants to be the one to say pull the plug? But if that person didn't want to be resuscitated, you know, it's their right. Okay. And so it takes the pressure and the guilt off the family member, the spouse, or whoever, because they're just honoring that person's wishes. Okay. And because that's what they wanted. So that's another very important document to have, especially for your parents, even for yourself. Okay. Because I made it very clear that I want to be resuscitated is done. Anything that can be done, I want it done. Don't
you want it done.
Yeah, don't pull the plug. Okay. I don't care how long I'm in that coma. Until the hospital kick me out, I'm gonna be there.
That's right. That's what's up. Hey, that's cool, Kenny. Real quick, man. Give everybody your contact info, website, and email and phone number and all that.
Okay, well, I can be reached, call or text 209-649-5531. You can book an appointment at my website, StocktonMobileNotary.com. You can also learn more information about the notary, the IDs that we accept for you to be notarized. Google me, Stockton Mobile Notary. You can also book an appointment or message me from my Google business page, Facebook, Stockton Mobile Notary. You know, so just remember that Stockton Mobile Notary. I'm the first one, so you can't miss me.
That's what's up. Hey, so keep in mind, folks, that one, it's not expensive, you know, to get your documents notarized. Two, there's very important reasons in order to get these things notarized. So if you guys have any questions, or you have information, or you just want to, you know, get some feedback, you know, give Kevin a call, hit him up on his website. And just pick his brain and see, hey, if there's something that I should move on right now, more than likely it will be. But hey, get your questions answered versus wait until the last minute and then it's too late. Trust me, you know, Kevin has seen it happen. I've seen it personally happen. So you definitely want to get that done. So hey, Kevin, I appreciate you taking the time out, you know, to talk with me today, man. I know you're a busy man. I've been trying to connect with you for a minute. I know you got a couple of other projects that you have coming down the pipeline. So we're going to come back on a later show and talk about marketing side of your businesses as well. But hey, I appreciate what you're doing out here for our community and you know, and representing the Black business community the way you do. And man, much love to you, and you know, much success. I appreciate you. Hey, fellas, this is Anthony Grigsby, World Events Insurance, worldeventsga.com, representing San Joaquin Black Biz. Hey, as I always say, shop Black Stockton. We'll see you next time. Kev, I appreciate you, my brother.
I appreciate you for thinking about me, man. And you happen to catch me on a pretty good day, so.